Shine bright like a diamond. The Bright Diamond Collection. Can't you tell that all these diamonds on this fabric are bright? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs, and in this video we are talking about my newest collection called Shine Bright Like a Diamond. The Bright Diamond Collection. Can't you tell that all these diamonds on this fabric are bright? Yes, so it just made sense to do this series or collection, right? Because I did one last week, the black and yellow collection, and I had 6 yards of this fabric, which I will talk about here shortly, for this diamond collection. All right, now before we get started, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So without further ado, let me go ahead and tell you all the patterns and all the items that I used in order to create a 3-piece diamond collection set. All right, so the 3 patterns that I used is McCall's 7542, which the new pattern is now McCall's 8161. I also use Butterick 6354. The new pattern is Simplicity 9290, and then I use my TNT cami pattern, Simplicity 1366. All right, those are the 3 patterns that I use. Now, I don't need to give you a full detail on Simplicity 1366, the cami, because I do have a sew along for that video, which I will link to the end screen. So I have 2 camis that I paired with this diamond collection. I paired it with the black cami with the skirt, the Sarong Skirt, which is part of the summer skirt series. So this all made sense to do it with, you know, the summer skirt series. And then I paired it with the other cami with the skirt, and then paired this cami with some jeans as well. All right. So the two pattern descriptions or 2 pattern reviews that I'm going to do in this video would be McCall's 7542, which is also McCall's 8161, and then also the first skirt in the summer skirt series, which is the Sarong Skirt, which I use Butterick 6354, but like I said, the new pattern is Simplicity 9290 that you can pick up next week doing the Joann's pattern sale, which will be $1.99 for Simplicity patterns starting next Thursday. All right, next Thursday, that would actually be the 16th, and I believe it ends on the 18th or the 19th. When it's that time, I will post it, and I will also put it up on the screen so you can see what that next pattern sale is. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the pattern description. So first, I'm going to talk about the Sarong Skirt, which is part of the summer skirt series, and then we'll talk about the top that I have on, which is McCall's 7542, which is also McCall's 8161. So let's get into the pattern description for the Sarong Skirt. So for the Sarong Skirt, it's basically a wrap skirt. Okay, so and this is the pattern that I'm using, Butterick 6354, like I said. So for the Sarong Skirt, it's view C on that pattern, and just to give you a little bit about it, it's basically a fitted wrap skirt. It has pleats in the right front, and then it has tie ends on the side where you just tie it on the side, and then you will create a narrow hem at the top and at the bottom. For the pattern pieces, you have pattern piece number 7, which I believe is your left front, 8 is your right front, 9 is your back, and then 10 are your ties. That's it. So basically 7, 8, 9, 10. So 4 pattern pieces, and you have a complete full skirt. That's one thing that I did like about this pattern. All the patterns was very minimal pattern pieces, not so many. I want to say no more than like 5 or 6 pattern pieces for all the things that I created in this diamond collection. Notions used. So for the skirt, the only notion that you needed was thread. So there was no pockets, no snaps, none of that. It's just wraps, okay? So that was the only notion that you need, was just basically some thread. Now at the top, it does say that you need bias tape. I made my own bias tape from scraps from the fabric, and that's what I did. I do not buy bias tape. I make it myself because I find it easier. Now, I did hear from a friend tell me that sometimes Hobby Lobby will have bias tape on sale for $1. So I'm just giving you that tip, that when you see it on sale for Hobby Lobby for $1, go get you lots of bias tape. If you are just kind of lazy, hate to say it, kind of lazy, and do not want to buy bias tape, you can get it for $1. Now, me personally, $1 works for my budget, but $3.99 and $2.49 at Joann's does not for bias tape that I can make. Okay, so when it's on sale for $1, I will be getting it from Hobby Lobby, just to let you know. Let's talk about fabric used. So the fabric used, the fabric that I use for the diamond collection is from Chazzy Afric, and I purchased this on Etsy way back in like 2020, 2021. One of those videos. I'll leave it on the end screen. The Etsy fabric haul that I did, I will put it on the end screen, but I'm just gonna let you know that she no longer have this fabric, so if you're looking for it, you will not be able to find it. I did purchase 6 yards, and I create a total of 4 things with 3 yards. So I created a cami, I created the top that I'm wearing, the skirt as well, and then I created a crossbody bag, which I did not put in the photos only because I left it on my sewing table when I ran outside in the rain to take photos. That's why I took all the photos on my porch, because it was pouring down raining, okay, when I decided to take photos. Let's talk about pattern pieces. So I just told you about the pattern pieces, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So it's 4 pattern pieces in order to create the skirt. All right, pattern sizing. So for this, it comes in 2 pattern envelopes, 6 to 14 and 14 to 22. For the skirt, I cut a size 18. I did not need to grade or anything. Now, I will say that in the back of the envelope, it doesn't tell you that you need a snap, I don't think, but I found out as I was sewing it, you need a snap to snap on the inside portion of your skirt, like right on the top and the side. I think that's the left side going over the right. So you need a snap. Now, of course, you don't have to put a snap, but I did put a snap to keep it there and then wrap it and tie it. So you will need that. Modifications. Did I make any modifications? No, you don't need to make any modifications to the skirt. It is perfect as is. Okay, so no modifications. Are the instructions easy to follow? Yes, they're absolutely easy to follow. This is a easy to sew pattern, and when I say the construction is super easy, it is so easy to do the sarong skirt. So that's one thing that I do like about it as well. Let's get into likes and dislikes, since I'm saying I like a lot of things, right? All right, so there's no dislike, it's all love. I love this pattern. I have done the shorts on the pattern, which I did last week. I have done the sarong skirt on the pattern. The only 2 things I haven't done on this pattern is the bolero, which is view A, and the buster, which is view B. I will possibly do the buster at a later time. I'm not sure, but the short and the sarong skirt are a hit with this pattern with me, okay? Let's talk about first time experiences. Did I have any first time experiences with this pattern? Well, this is the first time that I have sewn a sarong. It's not the first time I have sewn a wrap skirt, but a sarong is like a wrap skirt to me, thinking about it. But that's my only first time experience. I have done everything else on the pattern before. All right, so let's talk about would I sew it again? Absolutely, I would sew it again. I would recommend it to others. And for this pattern, I'm going to rate it a 5 out of 5 because this is a good pattern. Now that we talked about the sarong skirt as part of hashtag summer skirt series, I'm gonna go ahead and move over to the top that I am wearing, which is McCall's 7452, which is also McCall's 8161. All right, so for this pattern, the original pattern, McCall 7542, originally came out in early spring 2017. It was such a good pattern that McCall's decided to reissue it and re-release it in 2020. Like, I think it was like early spring or springtime 2020. So that's why the new pattern number is 8161. I have done this boxy style top twice, so this would make the third time that I have done it. So the first time that I did it, it was right when it came out. I do not have any photos of the first time that I made this top in I made it in a linen fabric, actually. It was a red linen fabric. I don't have any photos of it. The second time I made this top, I did it as part of it was actually part of the summer skirt series as well, when I did a tiered skirt or a broomstick skirt, which I did a sew along for the broomstick skirt, which I will go ahead and put on the end screen. But the top I did not do a sew along for, simply because it's super easy. I did a boxy style top for Simplicity 1366, and the instructions is pretty much the same. The pattern pieces used for this is your front, your back, your sleeves, and then you have the facing. That's it. Now, I originally did view C, but you can't really tell that it's view C because I did not do the extra detail on the sleeve. I just made it a short sleeve, and that was it. I also lengthened the pattern by 3 inches, so it's not short and it would hit like right at the hip area. So those are the things that I have done for this boxy top. Notions used, you just need interfacing. It actually calls for a button in the back, but you guys know, as I stated in my sewing plans, I do not like to add buttons, so I draft and added a tie bow to the back, which I have a tutorial on my channel for the tie bow, so I will leave that in the description box below. So if you're interested in putting a tie bow in the back of your top or shirt, you can do so from that tutorial if you're unsure. Pattern pieces, I already talked about pattern pieces. Pattern sizing, the sides that I cut, I believe I actually cut a size 16 in this pattern, which gave me a bust of a 43. I did not need to enlarge the waist or take it in or anything. It gave me perfect sizing for waist, so that's it. No modification. Well, the only modification was adding the tie bow. It looked exactly like the pattern envelope outside of the extra details on the sleeves, so that was good. No first time experiences whatsoever. Of course, I would sew this again. All right, I would recommend this pattern to others because it's super easy to sew. And for my pattern rating for this pattern, I'm going to give this pattern a 5 out of 5 because this is the third time that I have sewn it. So yes, this is a really good pattern, and the next time McCall's is on sale, go ahead and pick up McCall's 8161. If you could get your hands on this pattern, you definitely want to pick up 2. All right, and the last thing, well, 2 of the last things that I created, the first one is this cami, which is Simplicity 1366. I have a sew along for Simplicity 1366, but this is a 3 pattern piece, I believe. So you have your front and your back. I'm sorry, 4. You have your front and your back, which is pattern piece number 6, which is all one piece. You have your straps, which is pattern piece number 7, and then you have your facing piece, your front and back facing, which is 8 and 9. So it's 4 pattern pieces, and you will have you a cami. The cami took about an hour and a half to do. The sarong skirt took about 2.5 hours to do, and then this top took me exactly an hour 45 minutes. So when you put all of them together, it took me about 7 7 hours to do all pieces, including a crossbody bag. Now, I have the crossbody bag done and it's on my sewing table, but I will show you in a different video the crossbody bags that I did, simply because I did one in this fabric for myself, and then I did one for my daughter with the donut fabric that I had some left over for National Donut Day, which was a collaboration with Talisha from Creativity by T. Well, I hope you enjoyed this diamonds collection. I think the fabric is gorgeous. I love how I took my photos. They came out amazing. So I hope you will decide to do a mini collection and style it so many different ways. I hope this was an inspiration to you on how you could sew for a vacation, or how you could sew for the summer and get a lot of things in your wardrobe by using 6 yards of fabric and creating 3 or 4 pieces from that 6 yards of fabric. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. So I'll catch you in the next video, and as always, keep sewing.